This is Eric and Gord. What if we're right? Listen to the world changing.
All right, we better get going. Hi there. Happy Tuesday. June the 16th, 2020, and I'm Eric, talking at you from Kelowna, British Columbia, Canada, where I just want to say to all the shoppers of Walmart in Kelowna, the guy in the gray shirt and the wheelchair is the loss prevention guy.
There we go.
There you go.
There you go.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for listening. I want to say really quickly off the top of the show that all statements made during the recording of this episode are for entertainment purposes only and do not constitute any admission of wrongdoing or premeditation of future wrongdoings. Hi, everybody. It is June the 16th. You know what that means? That means Personality Isn't Permanent hits the shelves at bookstores today. So if you're not listening to me because you're out buying it, that's acceptable.
That's the only reason.
That's the only reason. Exactly. Go buy it. It's a good book. I got fired today. I'm grumpy about it. I'm not surprised. I'm just upset.
Yes.
How's it going, Gord?
Tired, burnt out, but otherwise in a pretty damn good mood.
I could say I am also tired and burnt out and not in such a damn good mood.
Yeah, you can definitely say that.
Well, whatever. Hey, kids, if you go to our Facebook page or go to our website, you can download Eric's Right Ball. It's a very popular twist on the Magic 8 Ball. You can download that right to your phone. Coming out in the next couple of days should be the completed version of the Eric and Gord What Do You Know trivia game.
Oh, I am so excited for that one.
It's really funny. I don't want to give it away on the air, but you got to be careful about the answers. They might not be what you initially think are the right answer.
So in other words, it's like every other test I've ever done in my life.
Like one of the questions, I don't know if I have it here on my phone, but no, I think I deleted it because I'm doing a second version now. One of the questions is like, what towns do Eric and Gord live in and podcast from? And it's multiple choice, right? So it's like Milton, Ontario, Vancouver, or Kelowna, or your mom. But everyone knows, obviously, the right answer to that question is awesome town and fuck yeahville.
That's well done.
It's not always the most obvious answer is right, you know. So there's about 20 questions on there, all general Eric and Gord knowledge.
I'm going to laugh if I actually do it and I get them all right, considering I don't listen to the show.
And your mom,
I barely remember anything I do.
Your mom is one of the options on every question.
So good.
Oh, it's a good little trivia game. That'll be available on Facebook and Instagram and ericandgord.live. When you get the right answer, it's Morgan Freeman saying titty sprinkles.
So good.
Yeah, if you get the answer right, it's titty sprinkles, and if you get the answer wrong, it's how dare you.
You know, I just thought of something here. I am going to ask the 8 Ball a question right now.
Okay.
And we're going to see what it says. So I'm going to ask a question. The question is going to be is our podcast tonight going to be awesome?
I got to get back to work.
I got don't count on it.
Don't count on it?
Uh-oh.
Oh, now it says you're an idiot. Thanks, Ball. My reply is no. Better not tell
Oh,
you they're
God.
all negative.
Yeah, they are, because the very next one, when I shook it, it said very doubtful.
Yeah, they're all either negative or, oh, how dare you? That's good. Don't count
Because
on it.
science. With, by the way, you spelled because wrong.
Did I? That's
Yeah.
that's even cooler. Let me see.
Beacause.
Did I? Awesome.
Because science.
If you knew anything about science, you'd know that's right.
Concentrate and ask again. It's the first time I've seen that one. That's fucking genius.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. Oh, there's a yes. I got a yes. Followed by how the fuck should I know? That's a good app, everybody. You should check that out. It's called Eric's Right Ball. You can get it on www.ericandgord.live. It's right there, I think, somewhere there. Should be. I don't know. I don't go there. I don't know. There's a couple Eric and Gord games coming out. I've got a great platformer game called Gord's Giant Balls, but I'm having a little trouble. And you're just running and you're getting chased by giant balls.
Right, it sounds like a nightmare I used to have when I was a kid.
It's like a Mario style running game. I got a whole bunch of them coming out, but I don't know what's going on with that one. It's glitchy, so I'm still working on it. They've all been submitted to the Google Play Store for rejection. Anyway.
Yeah, nothing was surprising with that.
Questions, comments, job offers. Go to Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina at gmail.com. Let's get on with the show. I did want to plug something really quickly. I had a picture I was going to put up, but we're not doing the video thing tonight. Starting my new blog, as I announced last week, but I've decided to, because it's been a half a year, believe it or not, that we've been dealing with COVID. December 31st was the first reported case out of China. So I've started a blog series. It's just a little special series called Scamdemic. Day 168. That'll be posted tomorrow. All about my opinion of the COVID-19 scamdemic. So you can look for that on ericandgord.live. Or I'll probably even make a new website just for that. Who knows? That's it. I got to get on with the show here because, I got job hunting to do.
That you do.
Let's see. Why don't you kick us off, Gord? Because everything I got is boring and stupid.
All right.
I do want to talk about Seattle a little bit, but first of all,
okay. Do you want international or relative local?
They're all international to me.
All right.
I don't know.
So then, let's start in Venezuela. I found this to be very interesting. The Venezuelan Supreme Court, which is very loyal to the president there, on Tuesday, which is today, ordered the takeover of two influential political parties opposed to the socialist government ahead of the primary elections expected this year.
Weird.
So they actually have taken over them in hopes to stop the removal of the president.
Well, he's corrupt as shit anyway.
And that pretty much proves it, doesn't it?
There's no proof needed. Everyone knows it. That was one of the ones like he's in a big pissing match with Trump.
Yeah.
I don't know. Venezuela's fucked.
So anybody who lives in Venezuela, get out.
I think they know it's fucked. It was one of the ones on our list of countries that are fucked.
Yes. Yeah, very, very high on the list now. So that's just fucking crazy.
The weird part is it's one of those ones where the international community is like, yeah, Venezuela's fucked. That guy's corrupt as shit. And we're like, well, why don't we do something about it? It's like, nah, we don't.
Like, I guess have nothing to offer.
Yeah, they don't contribute anything. They don't have oil. Oh, that's the other thing I need to talk to you about that we were supposed to talk about last episode, but we'll get to that later too. Venezuela, I'm sorry. You guys suck. You should move to somewhere else. If you can. I don't even know if you're allowed. I don't know what Venezuela is all about, but I know that guy is not cool.
No, they were a very wealthy oil nation at one point. Not so much anymore.
Yeah, apparently nobody is anymore.
No,
I was talking to a
everybody just
businessman
talks about it.
from Dubai
Yeah.
who had a lucrative business in Dubai, and I didn't ask why he no longer does or whatever, but he was saying they've been running out of oil in the Middle East since the 70s. They thought they had 40 to 60 years left, and they've known that since the 70s. So 40 to 60 years, time's up.
Time's
So
up for them. Yeah.
he's saying, yeah, they're out of oil. Now, I don't know his insider knowledge or whatever, but generally these guys that talk to me know more than they should, and that's why they're in Canada. So I don't know. I have reason to believe
Hopefully they won't get killed here.
he is could be telling the truth, and that really would be a game changer if all of a sudden just they didn't have oil anymore. Then what would we do? What would they do? Why would we have any use for them? Interesting. We shall see as this plays out. He even looks like a scumbag. Hey,
Trudeau
holy
will still
fuck.
keep sending the money regardless. So
Dude looks exactly like Saddam Hussein.
Trudeau?
No, the Venezuelan president.
Oh,
He looks exactly like
Venezuelan president? Yeah.
Holy crap. I almost think it is Saddam Hussein.
Yeah, nothing about him looks trustworthy.
That would make sense if that actually was Saddam Hussein. They didn't kill him. They just fucking installed him as president of Venezuela and changed his name.
Trimmed up his beard a little bit.
Global Health Advisory. Do not travel to Venezuela due to crime, civil unrest, and poor infrastructure. Wow. Kidnapping and arbitrary arrest of U.S. citizens. Well, that would be a good reason not to go there if you're from the U.S.
Surprised it doesn't say, but Canadians are welcome.
The Chavez administration enacted measures that caused imports to rise dramatically. That drove domestic production of food way down, and its reliance on imports way up, but lack of U.S. dollars to pay for them. Oh, that's good.
Well done, sir.
What's wrong with Venezuela? Political corruption, chronic shortages of food and medicine, closure of companies, unemployment, deterioration of productivity, authoritarianism, human rights violations, gross economic mismanagement, and high dependence on oil. Oh, good.
Well done.
Now let's tell you the bad stuff.
Right. There's the positive part of it. Now we're on to the bad shit.
That's the tourist information guide. So I don't know what they're saying that's bad. Is Venezuela dangerous? The U.S. government has limited ability to provide emergency services to U.S. citizens in Venezuela. Okay, so if you go there, you're fucked. Violent crimes such as homicide, robbery, kidnapping, and carjacking are common. If you've decided to travel to Venezuela, visit our website. What? Why would you read that and then decide to travel there?
But if you visit the website, it says go home or go somewhere else.
Venezuela is the most urbanized country in Latin America. Wow. There is not one good thing said about Venezuela here.
Wow.
So way to go, Venezuela. You are to the world what I am to Walmart today.
Jesus. There's been a bit of a sort of a break in one of Belgium's most notorious crimes that happened between 1982 and 1985. There's a group known as the Crazy Broadband Killers Gang. It's 3 guys who murdered 28 people, including children, during robberies and raids.
Yeah, they inspired the Insane Clown Posse. No, they didn't. I'm lying.
I wouldn't be overly surprised. They were known as, so what they would do is they would paint their faces during the raids, They became known for their violent and merciless attacks, including shooting already dead staff, customers, children, all killed during these robberies. Some of the victims were tortured before being killed. But a photo has surfaced showing a guy holding a shotgun in a forest, and they're saying, we believe this is one of the guys. Anybody know who he is?
He's probably an American cop.
I mean, the only I thought that at first, but he looks like he's in the wilderness and not on the streets standing over a black guy, so I just assumed it wasn't a cop in America. But fuck, that came off my tongue too easily. Yeah, so it's a vital lead in the case. They have it listed as. So we're really hoping
how old are these
violent
criminals? The dude's probably like 90 now.
Well, the three men who were never identified became known by nicknames as the Giant, the Killer, and the Old Man. So I'm going to assume that the old man is long dead.
That sounds like a terrible sitcom.
It kind of does, doesn't it? The Giant, the Killer, and the Old Man.
Or the worst children's book you've ever read.
James and the Giant, the Killer.
James and the Giant, the Killer, and the Old Man.
So, yeah. So there's that. So good luck, Belgium. Hope you find it.
I hope you catch them or whatever you're doing.
One of the places that they hit by when they're doing this was a fucking supermarket.
Well,
that's just what.
Apparently, it wasn't so super.
No, I'm just trying to figure out, why would you rob a supermarket? How many people actually pay cash at supermarkets?
In Belgium, I have no idea.
Yeah, you'd think that people would still be using other forms, but
I know in America, debit's fucking virtually unheard of. So I don't know about Belgium. But...
Yeah, no, they don't use debit. Everything is credit cards in the U.S. Do their credit card or cash.
So I don't know. Maybe the euro is different or whatever. I don't know. I'd rob a supermarket.
I always liked the idea of robbing a restaurant. I always thought that was a great idea.
Yeah, it's not bad too.
Yeah.
But
very few people go out to sit down at a restaurant and bring a gun with them, so I think you're pretty safe.
Oh, it depends where you are.
Yeah.
If you're in America, everybody's packing.
That's true. Just don't go to Chicago to a Popeyes and try to rob it.
Don't go anywhere in America right now. It's the Venezuela of our fine continent right now.
No, it's a fucking shit show.
Hey, speaking of which, not to get too far off topic, but hey, everyone who's kneeling on their friends' necks and taking pictures, can you stop it? It's really disrespectful.
Oh my! Why? What the fuck is the matter with people?
I don't know.
Like, if any of our listeners either has done that, whether you took a photo of it or not, and you're just doing it joking with your buddies, if you've done that, please contact us. We just want to know your mindset. We want to know what your thought process was. And how often do you have to get kicked by a fucking cow before you get used to it, become that fucking retarded? Just want to know. Little things I want to know.
Just saying. Maybe stop it. Maybe think it out before you do that. Some guy just got fired from FedEx for doing that.
Yeah. Well, they were standing in front of a group of protesters that were going by them on the street. And there's a group of them all standing there armed with their big signs saying basically fuck Black Lives Matter. And that's two of the guys were reenacting that, standing there just kneeling on the guy and holding up a fucking shotgun. And when it came viral, one of the guys involved in it was an employee of FedEx. FedEx like, yep, nope, fuck you, you're fired.
Yeah. Ironic that they fired him overnight.
Quickest thing they've ever done. Yes. Well played, sir. I'm sure, Eric, you've heard by now about the Trans Mountain pipeline that spilled some crude oil.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, 1,195 barrels of light crude spilled from its pipeline.
Yeah.
They say that the cause appears to be related to a fitting on a 2.5 centimeter piece of pipe. They say they caused it, as it stands right now.
Yeah. Well, you should have let us work on it. That would have been fixed by now.
See, and this is the whole thing, because the Sumas First Nation where this happened, this is the fourth time in 15 years there's been an oil spill from the pipeline on their land.
Yeah.
So doesn't this just stay straight out? They need the new pipeline?
Yeah, it's not going to get any better. It's 50 years old. They deteriorate over time. Now, first of all, I'd say it's just us trying to keep up with Russia. And we didn't even come close.
No, not even remotely.
Theirs is getting much, much worse, by the way. What was I saying? Yeah, no, the thing's 50 years old. That's why we went in to replace it anyway. Well, not replace it, but fix it and twin it. This is only going to get worse because we can't do anything about it. So I don't know. Be careful what you wish for.
All you protesters, you're the reason this happened. You are responsible for this. 100%.
100%.
You are responsible for this. So hang your head fucking high, you dumb pricks, because you're the reason this all fucking happened.
I said a year ago that the best thing for the environment is fix this goddamn pipeline. If you really care about the environment, let this work go through and it will get better. But
Fix it, update it, get it all good and ready and set the proper standards. And no, let's protest it and then bitch every time something goes wrong.
Yeah, these people don't actually care about anything except disrupting our lives.
And the one thing I will say, though, the pipeline moves about 300,000 barrels of crude a day.
Yeah. So
and 1,195 barrels.
That's literally nothing.
That is like a drop. And on top of that, the way it all spilled was on very firm, solid ground. So they were able to get within the first 12 hours, they were already able to clean up almost the bulk of the surface stuff. So it's like, and they're able to clean it up pretty quickly considering where it hit. So,
yeah, no, 1,000 barrels is like picture a barrel, right? Now picture 1,000 of those. Yeah. Now, when you look at oil spills around the world, that's practically not even a news story, really.
Yeah,
I don't think it's a good thing by any means, but it's really nothing. And like Gort said, it's, this is what you wish for. You wanted us not to fix the pipeline. This is what you get.
Yep. You asked for it. Y'all want, this is what you guys want. You want this to happen. So congratulations. It's yours. Enjoy the mess.
Way to win.
You remember the Canadian Air Force they grounded all the Cyclone choppers after that one went down in the water and killed everybody on board?
I think I do. Sorry, I saw a funny thing. Yes, of course I do.
April 29th, killing 6 military members. What had ended up happening, as they found out, was that there was a software system that happened on it where it had basically malfunctioned and had, instead of the helicopter sort of slowing down, which is what it was doing, it had all of a sudden just cranked up the speed to a super high speed and jarred everything over and sent them over into the water and killed everybody.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, the pilot and people on board, they didn't know how to deal with this because they didn't know this would ever happen, and so the Air Force is returning the Cyclone choppers into service, and they're going to be training their pilots on a bunch of different variations on if this part of the software were to go down, here's how you fix it, and if this were to happen, this is what you do. So you're going to give them a better training.
I think this is where my problem with mechanization comes in and computerizing everything. Some things are just better run by humans. You know what I mean? I want to be on the helicopter that the human's running, that he feels it. You know, it becomes an extension of yourself, like a really good truck driver or any really good pilot or like boat captain or whatever. It becomes an extension of themselves. Computers can't do that. And like a really good helicopter pilot would be like, oh, this is a weird feeling. Maybe we should land. But a computer's just like, nah, I'm just going to go fucking crazy and not explain anything to anybody and just fucking crash. I don't want it's like some things just shouldn't be computerized. And this is clearly one of them, especially in Canada. We don't know it. Our military's got bad enough luck. The last thing we need is to bring in fucking computers.
I mean, our own helicopters are friendly fire killing ourselves.
And somehow the Iranians got those black boxes too. That's weird.
So my favorite statement about this whole thing is saying that it was an unavoidable accident, but we know how to fix it, and we know it's now completely avoidable. Well, that means it wasn't.
Yeah,
it wasn't an unavoidable accident.
Back and think it out before you say it, Commander. It's totally unavoidable, but we looked it through, and now it's avoidable.
So,
first of all,
you mentioned about computers.
There's no such thing as an unavoidable accident, idiots.
No, there isn't. You mentioned about how certain things should be computerized. Literally, they're saying here that it means that the helicopter software did not recognize the pilot's instructions and chose to ignore them.
Yeah.
That's not good.
This is what I'm saying.
That is so not good. But there is one person, the commander of the 1st Canadian Air Division, Lieutenant General Alan Pelletier, I guess. He is the sole person responsible for putting these things back into action, which means if anything were to go wrong from this point on, it lands on his head. And he openly states that too.
That's all well and good, but people still die. Like, sure, like there should be don't rely on your autopilot. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly.
Autopilots are not reliable. Get your pilots flying your shit. No, it's like those meatheads last year, the 2 pilots, they were on autopilot and they were flying to Scotland and they landed in Germany.
Yeah.
Now, luckily, like they landed safely, nothing happened. Just a whole bunch of pissed off Scottish people trying to get home. But again, it's just autopilot's not reliable. Computers aren't reliable. You're in a very tiny little hydrogen bomb, basically, with a propeller on it. Maybe you want to not rely on computer technology that we don't completely understand yet. Like, I know we're all eager to get there, but not maybe.
Or can't fucking fix while you're in flight.
You know, that's why I say, like, I like my 12-year-old computers because all the bugs are worked out by that point, you know? I don't want the hottest, newest technology because it never fucking works. Nothing ever works. You know, like, Netflix sucked when it first came out. And, like, you know, flat screen TVs were a pain in the ass. You couldn't see, you know, like the technology takes years to develop before we figure out what the fuck we're doing. So I don't ever want to get into anything new. Like, oh, this is the newest helicopter. I'll be like, no, I want one. Come back in 5 years and I'll get in.
Good, keep it. I don't want your new one.
We're not smart enough yet. We'll get there, but we can't rush into it and stop letting our soldiers die for our inability to be patient and figure shit out before we use it. At least that's what bankrupts NASA, but very few deaths come out of NASA because of it. They sit on shit for like 20 years and test it and test it and test it and test it. We all think, oh, that's so stupid. Why do they need to test it so much? This is why.
Yep. Did you know what happens when they rush it? Remember that fucking shuttle that blew up?
Oh yeah. That was just a rush to get a woman into space. How'd that work out for you, losers?
Never made it. They killed her before she got there.
You know, people got to think about their decisions a little better. Nobody thinks them through.
You know,
Like hypothetically,
It's funny you mentioned that because that's actually
if you ran a store and you really didn't like one of the employees, would you think to yourself, I should give this guy keys, alarm codes, and maps to the store before I fire him? That's a good idea. Probably not good thinking. I'm just saying, hypothetically, not the best thought pattern there. People don't think things through anymore.
no. That was something I was listening to. That exact sort of point was something I was listening to on talk radio when I drive home tonight. There's the woman talking about all the different like the way things are going and how people today don't look at the big picture. They don't look at how, like, when you say you want this to happen now, you don't look at how negative that's going to affect
Oh, of course not.
other
No,
things. You don't.
no, absolutely
You just want because that's a quick, easy solution now.
Wow, you're really breaking up now.
And
Yeah, nobody
yeah,
cares.
it's getting really bad.
Nobody cares enough to look. Everyone's too selfish to look that far ahead.
Yeah, I mean, people can't even fact check anything nowadays, so let alone.
Well, no. And really, it doesn't matter because the story changes so fucking quickly now. Nobody cares anyway.
So true.
Please be advised that this podcast is meant for educational and informational purposes only and is in no way a replacement for legal or medical advice. The opinions contained within are solely those of the interviewers and interviewees and should be received as so. Those seeking help or advice are encouraged to obtain professional legal and medical services.
This week's episode has come to an end, but the fun doesn't have to stop here. If you have any questions, suggestions, or feedback, head over right now to Twitter and Facebook and like, share, and get involved. Join us next time.